Power to the people. We are back to do maintenance. Welcome into a bonus special edition of the Two Stubborn Nigerians podcast. I'm one half of your host, Podcast Pete. I'm joined as ever by my illustrious co-host, my co-host Sess with the most S. He goes by many names, but we like to call him over here the guy who gave you the look, the Vaseline, the hook. That's why every pod sounds like Kex featuring Kex. Say hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we are here today for this very bonus episode to, give our reaction, our review to what went down just last night as we're recording this, less than 24 hours ago. The Super Bowl went down, Super Bowl 57 from Phoenix, Arizona, the Kansas City Chiefs besting the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 in a tremendous game between two brilliant young black quarterbacks. Look at Black Excellence shining in Black History Month. But they were outshone.
Mm-hmm.
They were outshone. We can't sit here and lie to you. They were outshone by a diamond in the sky.
Wow.
So yeah, we're here to give our first take reactions and reviews to Rihanna's halftime show. But before we get into that, if you're a fan of this type of thing, you can catch our podcast, Two Stubborn Nigerians, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast from. You can find us on Twitter at 2S_Nigerians. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at 2_Stubborns_Nigerians. And of course, you can find us here on YouTube at Two Stubborn Nigerians. And whilst you're here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications to stay updated on all our content. But she came, man. She performed her first live show in 5 years, they said. What were your thoughts, man? How was Rihanna looking out there?
Man, I have so many thoughts. I can't lie. First of all, just to get out of the way, because there's a lot of thoughts that I might get lost in. What a performance. Flipping hell, what a performance. And I knew we were in for a treat the second I saw the stage.
Yeah.
The second I saw the stage, I said, oh, okay, something crazy is about to happen. And man, she just, she went crazy. Now, first thing I want to say is for the first half of the performance, I was definitely there saying, is she pregnant? Is she not pregnant? Is she pregnant? No, but she can't be pregnant. Is this? Wait, how long did she have the last baby? Maybe it's just baby. No, she's pregnant. I was trying to figure it out in my head. Admittedly so. Congrats to her and ASAP Rocky. Nigga, you win. Fine. All right.
No, look, let me say this. I was gonna say it to the end, but since you're there already, nigga, you won already. Stop rubbing it in.
Fam, I've given up. Like, you
don't need to rub it in anymore.
Like, okay, I get it. Like, okay, I could have been stepfather to one child, two.
Like, I get it. That's yours. That's all you, big man. You don't need to rub it in no more.
You looked up. Fair enough, man. Congrats.
No, congratulations to the two of them, for real. I was the same, man. I was like, oh, surely it's just post-baby, weight. She hasn't just lost it. And then, no, she's pregnant. I was like, okay, cool. Congrats.
Yeah, nah.
Shout out.
Big congrats. It made the performance way more impressive. Fam, personally, if I'm ASAP Rocky and the love of my life,
no way in hell you're getting on that thing. There's no way in hell. I'm like, what? Not with my child.
You don't come down here now.
Not in my locker room. That's what happened in my locker room.
What do you think you're doing? Well, leave me out here with these children alone. Relax.
With my child. No way in hell. Not at all.
Especially when I saw that platform shaking. I said, Rihanna, get on.
It's not important. It's not important.
Man, that show, it was crazy. Because outside of two of those songs, I wouldn't have picked any of those songs to be on her Super Bowl set list.
Which were the two?
Diamonds.
Okay.
And actually, no. Let me take that back. Out of three of those songs, only three of those songs I would have picked to be on her set list: Diamonds, Umbrella, and Bitch Better Have My Money.
Okay.
Every other song, I would have said it doesn't need to be there. But that's why I don't get paid what Rihanna gets paid. That's why no one has invited me to perform at the Super Bowl. Because I can't curate a show like that. Because damn, every song that came on, I was like, that is a superstar. Like, he's the best. Like, yo, Stephen A. Smith is looking crazy for saying she ain't Beyonce.
It's crazy. Do you know what it is with Rihanna that like really shone with me, innit? Like, she hasn't released an album since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the most recent song of that set list. So if you go through the set list, she started off with Bitch Better Have My Money, went to Where Have You Been, Only Girl in the World, We Found Love, Rude Boy, Work, Wild Thoughts, Pour It Up, All of the Lights, Run This Town, Umbrella, Diamonds. Right? The most recent song on there is Wild Thoughts in 2017.
Wow.
If we think of the fact that Rihanna came to prominence in 2005, you're looking at her career only really being 12 years.
Damn.
And that's the selection of songs that she had. And then think of the selection of songs that were left off.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Because she could have gone even crazier.
Please Don't Stop the Music ain't there.
Man.
Pon the Replay ain't there. Man Down ain't there. Oof. Like, there's so many other hits that she has.
She didn't even need to touch them, though.
Career?
Sorry, you froze there. Say that again.
Like, you think of all the other hits that she has, and she created all of that within the space of 12 years, like a 12-year career. Is really all we're looking at for this woman. And it's like,
sensational.
Like, it's sensational. It just tells you, like, I saw a tweet last night, and it was like, you know, this shows no one can step to her in the verses. I was like, yeah, and a hit for hit battle. It's so true.
Yeah.
Because she just has so many different realms she can pick from. And again, that was all within the space of like a decade of a career.
Fam, what would make it scary is I think yesterday she showed that even like the pop songs that they're not necessarily songs that I would necessarily play if I had the aux cord. They still go off with the same type of energy.
They're so timeless.
Fam, where have you been? Should not have done what it did to me yesterday, but it did it.
They're so timeless, bro. We Found Love.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh, when those chords came in, You know what? Yeah, I'm always, when I think of Rihanna, one thing I'm always reminded of, and I love this, it was Ed Sheeran was up at the Breakfast Club one time years ago, and I can't remember what the question was, but he essentially said like, when he goes into the studio, his motivation is, I want to create something that Rihanna would perform. Like, he holds her to the highest. Think about who Uncle Ed is. He holds Rihanna to the highest standards and says she is like the only songs that she picks to perform, to make them her own, are songs that are of the top tier.
Yep.
And this set list proves it. The songs that she left off proves it. And it's like, so Ed Sheeran, when he goes into a recording session, he says his motivation is create a song that is good enough for Rihanna. And that's why, like you say, all these songs still went off.
Man.
Like when Pour It Up came on.
Man. Fam, Pour It Up. It's the last song I expected to hear for the night. The last song I expected to hear.
Bro, and then I went back and I listened to that Unapologetic album this morning, and I was like, man. Do you remember Stay?
Man.
Do you remember? You remember her in Future?
Yo,
I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection.
Yo, it's crazy because I was excited for the performance regardless, but I think I undersold what it was going to be to myself because that, bearing in mind, and I didn't really even deep it until this morning, where I saw someone tweet, "Fuck it, here's the whole Rihanna concert." The whole Rihanna halftime show, tweeted it. And I looked at the bottom corner and it said 13 minutes, 16 seconds. I said, what? She did all of that in that was the tightest 13. Where she just said, yeah, okay, cool. Let me give it. I'm never going to perform whole songs, but it's going to feel so impactful in this little time. Crazy. Shout out to the dancers, by the way. My goodness, what a performance.
Dancers held it down, man. Especially, obviously, like with her being pregnant, she was obviously limited in what her movement. But also, I think it's just telling to the superstar that Rihanna is. Like, Rihanna, when we think about Rihanna, you don't think of this all-star performer on stage regardless. I've never seen Rihanna perform live. I've seen her, like, I've watched when she performed at Glastonbury years ago, and I watched on TV. But I've never seen her perform live. But we don't think of her in the vein of, like, a Beyonce, for example, like that. And we know that, you know, with all due respect to her, like, I think it even showed last night, Rihanna is not this superstar vocalist. You know, we're not expecting Jasmine Sullivan, Adele levels of vocals when we go and see Rihanna perform or when we hear her, live, for example, I think that's been true for her whole career. But it says something to her artistry that like you're just captivated when she performs. Yeah. Like one, I think it's the fact that we don't see her out as much in the modern day. So seeing her on that stage, like when that shit started and she was just staring down the hard cam into my soul, bro. I sat there doing the Drewski meme, like,
bro, I was like, oh my god, I'm like, is it time?
You're looking at me. Don't play with me because I'll catch a flight to Arizona right now.
I'll be on stage with you in a second.
I'll be on stage in 25 minutes. Like, do you know what I mean? But when she was doing that, I was like, yo, that's really Rihanna. Like, they got her out the house. They got her like to do choreo, to do dress rehearsal, and perform.
Crazy.
She looked stunning. Huge shout out to the dancers. The whole production of it was great. I mean,
the production was so
obviously
good.
Yeah, obviously with her being limited in what she could do, they obviously had to create a bit more pomp and circumstance around the whole affair, and I think they did a really, really great job. It was just like so mesmerizing. So mesmerizing.
It was one that's the thing. I think I don't know who choreographed it. I'm sure she had a part. She definitely had a part in the choreography of it. I'm sure of it. But man, oh man, like I think it says a lot that Rihanna didn't move a whole lot, but everything that happened on stage was picturesque. Literally everything. The symmetry, the synchronization of everything. Even her grabbing her makeup thing is like, yeah, okay. You had
Brilliant.
You had to.
Lovely touch. Lovely touch.
Unbelievable. Like, yo, yeah, chef's kiss, man. I loved every moment of it. It was one heck of a show, and man, it spoke to Rihanna's greatness. I think I've underrated Rihanna's greatness by accident, because I've always known subconsciously that Rihanna is her. Rihanna is one of them. Like, she's rarefied air. But at the same time, I think because it's been so long at this point, you forget just what the magnitude of that rarefied air is.
But what she has is like a skill. Like I say, like she's not a songwriter herself. She's not the greatest vocalist, for example, like I mentioned before. But only Rihanna could perform Bitch But I Have My Money.
Yep.
Only Rihanna could make Wild Thoughts work.
Yep.
Only, like, Sia is unbelievable. Don't get it twisted. Sia is one of the best artists I've ever heard in my life. Like, some of Sia's songs ring off like crazy. Diamonds would not be diamonds without Rihanna being the one to perform it. Sia can write that shit, but Rihanna has to be the one to perform that.
Yeah.
And even in that, there is a skill in the fact that, like, you can perform so eloquently a song that, like, you can hear Diamonds and hear this is meant to be for Sia. You could hear Sia's vocals in that. You can hear Party Next Door's vocals in Sex With Me, but it never deeps in your mind that this was made for anyone else but Rihanna.
Yeah.
And that is a skill that she has to imprint her own self and her own personality on all of her songs. I'd be personally remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to say Hove's the GOAT, man. Hove's the GOAT. First of all, for taking her under his wing in those Rockefeller Rock Nation days in the early days, switching her from the good girl that went bad. And then when Run This Town came on,
man,
that song.
How much were you wondering if someone was going to step out on stage?
The only person I thought it would be was Hove, because I knew he was in attendance, but I knew he wasn't going to do that. No. He wasn't going to do that. That's halftime show. He said no to the Super Bowl. He's already said, I said no to the NFL. You need me, I don't need you. And he's not doing it for an Apple halftime show. Do you know what I mean? So we have to bear that in mind. But man, when that beat kicked in,
crazy.
That song special. And then when she performed Umbrella, I was like, oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness. There's a reason they spent 11 weeks on #1 in the UK.
Man.
Setting records.
Man. One of the biggest songs of all time. That was insane. It's one of those where, because it's funny, at the time, that song played so much that I think by week 3 of that song being out, I was sick and tired of it. And that's when songs were living for months and months and months. Because I couldn't do anything without hearing that song at least 5 or 7 times a day.
Yep.
It played every day. My mum would play it in the car everywhere. I would get to school and someone will be playing it at some given point in the day. I'll get home and go to MTV Base. It'll be playing. I'll switch to Kiss. It'll be playing. I'll switch to channel AKA. It'll be playing. Like every single channel was playing it. So I remember, like, not even that I remember. I haven't got the best memories of that song because that song harassed me for a good chunk of my childhood. But even hearing it yesterday, it was like, oh my God, this is Umbrella. This is when the sun shines, we'll shine together.
We shine together.
I told you I'll be here forever. I said I would always be your friend. I took a note. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was just there. I was speechless.
It was mesmerizing, man. And like I said, like Diamonds is... I forgot that Diamonds was Diamonds. Let me not lie to you, man. I forgot that Diamonds was like when she goes up and she closed it out, I was like, yeah, this song is different.
Wow. It's one of those...
the way it builds to the end. Oh my goodness.
Insane. Because one of those where I legitimately, when she performed Umbrella, I said, what a way to close it. What a way to close it, man. Yeah.
And then you forget.
And then she goes to Diamonds and she starts going in the sky. I'm like, wow, this is everything. I was ready to go home. But I forgot there was a second half.
Bro, that's what I mean. That's what you even just said it. Imagine Umbrella's not being your biggest song.
Unbelievable. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Because she performed Work. And you could easily forget that she performed Work. And you know what Work did in the UK? Circa 16? Circa 16.
It's not even safe to speak on it. Like, it's not even safe to speak on it.
Yo! You'll go to the club, all you...
Do you know how many niggas got rejected?
Yo!
Do you know how many niggas found their wife?
Oh my God. Yo, there are kids who are here today because of that song.
Good work. Facts.
Crazy.
Facts. I know them. I know them.
Yeah. I was like, I have Godfather song.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh man.
Let's shout out Rihanna. Let's go into some of the numbers. So streams of Rihanna's music have spiked more than 640% on Spotify after a Super Bowl halftime show. Bitch Better Have My Money increased by more than 2,600%. Diamonds increased by 1,400%. Rude Boy 1,170%. And We Found Love up by 1,160%.
Damn. And
Bitch Better Have My Fucking Money. That was a Lucy. That wasn't even on an album.
I'll never forget when that song dropped. My
goodness.
Because it was like, yo, Bitch Better Have... I did, first of all...
It's so tough.
Because I did not expect Rihanna to be coming out onto any single saying, bitch, better have my money.
Better have my money.
To come on that type of aggression, and it just worked.
She was so angry. She was so perturbed in her soul.
Fam, the music video had dead bodies. She was furious.
I love it, man.
My God, what a moment that was. And then for her to open up the whole concert with that,
yeah,
she just immediately, it was crazy because like immediately it was like, oh, you niggas forgot. Forgot. Let me remind you guys. I'm gonna perform Bitch Better Have My Money with dances all around me whilst I'm 20 feet in the air, and then we're going to see who the real person is. Oh my God. Man, shout out to Rihanna, man. What a performance.
What a performance. What a sensational performance, man.
Highlight?
So, highlight of her performance?
Mm-hmm.
It was performing Diamonds. It was the way that the camera work as well. Shout out to the camera crew. The camera work as well, where it zoomed out and she was just in the middle of all those lights behind her, and she literally was just shining like a diamond. I thought that is just beautiful cinematography. That was definitely that alongside, like I said, it started and her just staring down the hard cam into my soul. And I'm like, you know what? You've ruined women for me again.
Bam.
Again.
It makes it so easy.
It's like the 8th time in my life.
Also, I'm looking at a beautiful woman. I'm like, but you're not her.
You're not her. You?
Someone tweeted out, they're like, yo, men are angry that they didn't impregnate Rihanna. And I said, yes.
I'll never forget that day when I saw that notification on my phone. I fell to my knees in Lidl.
Man, I think my highlight is one of two. during Bitch Better Have My Money, where at first all the platforms were raised in such a way that she was in the middle, and like it was very symmetrical, and then it all changed to stairs, and the camera panned and got a different angle. She turned to the guy. I was like, "Yo, that's a shot. That is a shot." That and when the beat for Run This Town started, it was like, "Whoa, hold on, this is insane."
Special.
Yeah,
special. They're on a roll, man. They're on a roll. We'll have to see what they do next year to follow this up.
Look what happens when you let go of your Coldplay.
And this is the thing. And this is the thing. I don't know if you saw right at the beginning when Chris Stapleton did the national anthem.
I didn't.
That was the best rendition of the national anthem ever. He's a country singer. And it was beautiful, man. Niggas was in tears. Me, I'm not even American. I don't like that anthem too tough. I was like, damn, this is cold. That's how you do representation. Let them have their anthem. Let us have halftime.
Yeah, fam, easy.
They even had Babyface do America the Beautiful. I was like, God. And it was so annoying because they said, and here is Babyface. I was like, Ray? But it wasn't.
You're not serious.
Of course I'm serious, but Babyface Ray put Ron Artest on streaming platforms. I am so happy.
I said Babyface Ray, get out of me.
But now, shout out to Rihanna, shout out to the dancers, the whole choreography team. It was absolutely sensational. And, you know, congratulations on baby number 2. We, from the Two Stubborn Nigerians, wish you a safe and blessed second pregnancy.
Yep.
And, you know, we can't wait to see you back in action in the year 2050. On top of that,
farewell tour.
Huh?
Well, that farewell performance.
Bro, that was her world tour. Like, she performed to the world. She did a world tour in one, and she said, "That's it. That's all y'all niggas is getting."
I said, "You're welcome. Are you done?
You're welcome. Are you happy now? You happy now? You got me out of the house in the cold."
I think it's February.
It's February. You niggas are lucky it's not raining.
She even tried to throw it in. She wore a big ass jacket in the end. It's home time.
It's home time. I'm going to bed. And I feel her.
For real.
She did not stay. She after that performance, I know she went and dapped up Bron and then she left. She did not stay for that second half at all. But yeah, man, shout out to Rihanna. Huge congratulations to her. We would be remiss at this time. Obviously, some sad news came out last night just before the Super Bowl. We want to pay our respects to Trugoy, the Dove, one of the innovators and one of the 3 leading members of De La Soul, the music group, who passed away sadly day of the Super Bowl, age 54. One of the true hip hop pioneers, a subtle genius with his leisurely style, which he brought to the mic, which captivated millions. It's really, really sad. As I've said before on this podcast, we're in the midst, in the run-up to De La Soul, obviously having got their masters last year, being able to start re-releasing their music. And I for one, were personally excited. I know a few De La Soul singles, but I've never had the chance to listen to a full album. And I was personally excited to really learn about the group and their artistry and really begin to celebrate them as the legends that they have always been touted to be. So it's sad that he passed before, a new generation really get to experience his legacy and his life. But he made a huge imprint on hip hop. If you don't know much about him, just go and see the tributes that have come out from some of your favorite rappers who knew him and worked with him and were fans of him. So rest in peace to Trugoy, the Dove, of De La Soul, and thoughts and prayers goes out to all his family and the members and remaining members of De La, who of course will hold that legacy strong as they go on. Any thoughts?
Man, just rest in peace, man. Very sad. Very, very,
very sad. Very sad. But we appreciate you guys joining us here for this very special bonus edition, our reaction to Rihanna's sensational Super Bowl 57 halftime performance. As you're listening to this, our most recent episode, track 87, The Mind of a Saint, is out now on all streaming platforms, available for you to check out. On that episode, we reviewed the latest album by Sky Zoo, The Mind of a Saint. We gave our reactions to the Grammy 2023 winners, and we also gave you our favorite Coke bar songs, or our favorite Coke's drug dealing songs, as well as something special for Valentine's Day. And those of you who are out there, celebrating this Valentine's Day or Valentine's week with your significant other or person, you can check out our previous episodes around Valentine's Day, such as Track 19's Love Is, and different things that we've done there. Enjoy. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen, there's some
cost of living. Listen, it's cost of living crisis. Rihanna could afford a baby. Some of you can't.
There's some mistakes that you just can't take back.
That's facts. That's facts. But no, once again, thanks so much for joining us. As ever, if you've been a fan of this thing, if you've enjoyed it, you can catch all of our content. You can catch more of our podcasts at Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcast from. Two Stubborn Nigerians. You can find us on Twitter at 2S Nigerians. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at 2_stubborn_Nigerians. And of course, you can find us right here, as you have done on YouTube, at 2 Stubborn Nigerians. And hey, before you leave, make sure you hit that like button right now. I see you. I see you. No, press it. It's free.
Bam. Just scroll down a little bit. There you go.
There it is. Right there. And ring that bell to stay notified on all of our content. We drop episodes weekly on our YouTube channel. So keep tuned in for that. And I'm going to kick it to you in the corner to close us out, good sir.
I don't have much to say. Closing message. Please, 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 at home, remember that Nigeria never carries last.
Peace and love.